Stefon Diggs just ran the fastest road of his career, straight out of a Massachusetts courtroom in 90 minutes flat. That's not a trial. That's a long lunch break. The jury looked at the evidence for the duration of a Netflix movie and decided, yeah, we're good. Give this man his cleats back. If you haven't been following the Chef versus Receiver Bowl, here's the absolute wreckage of a case that just collapsed in Dedham. The $5 million oopsie. Let's start with the math because the prosecution clearly couldn't. The alleged victim, Mila Adams, started by asking for $19,000 in unpaid wages. Reasonable, right? But then someone, presumably a person who thinks NFL players are walking ATMs, suggested she tack on a few zeros. By the time it hit the fan, she was asking for $5.5 million. That is the most expensive he pushed me in human history. That's not a settlement. That's a buyout for a small tech startup. When the defense asked her how she arrived at $5 million on the stand, she said she didn't know how to answer. Here's a tip. If you're going to rob a man in broad daylight using a gavel, at least have an itemized receipt. Then we have the Art Basel drama. Mila was reportedly so sure she was heading to Miami with Diggs that she was coordinating outfits with Cardi B. Imagine the level of confidence required to text a Grammy winner about you're fit for a trip you weren't even invited to. She wasn't mourning an assault. She was mourning a missed Instagram opportunity. She didn't want justice. She wanted to be in the background of a TikTok at a private party in South Beach. Being left behind in Massachusetts in December is a vibe killer, sure, but it's not a crime. But the absolute play of the game for the defense, the birthday card. The prosecution wants us to believe that after being choked until she wet herself, Mila's first instinct was to wander through the house looking for a pen. Not to call 911, not to call a lawyer. No, she needed to find a Sharpie so she could write Stefon a heartfelt birthday card. I'm terrified for my life, but also, happy birthday, Stefon. You're a great boss. P.S. Can I have that $5 million now? That card didn't just blow the case, it nuked it from orbit. You don't give a best boss card to the guy you're accusing of felony strangulation. That's like a gazelle sending a get-well-soon basket to a lion. And finally, the deleted texts. She scrubbed her phone before handing it to the police because she was worried about how they would look. Newsflash, in a courtroom, worrying about how it looks is legal shorthand for I'm lying through my teeth. If you have to delete the receipts to make the story work, the story doesn't work. So Diggs is 1 of AO in the legal column, but still 0-16 in the employment column. He's a free agent who just proved he's innocent, but he's also proved his house is a bigger circus than the 2024 Patriots offense. He's free to go, the chef is $5 million short, and the rest of us are left wondering, how do you get Cardi B's number without a job? Stay salty. Don't delete your texts. And for the love of God, don't buy a birthday card for someone you're planning to sue.